G'day punters, welcome back to another episode of The Weigh-In, where we try to find a few future winners, mate. Saturday, good day for members. I think we finished up about 53 units, I think my math said, and hopefully a few that we can follow out of it.
Yeah, 53. It was a good day. It was looking lean early days, but a couple of value plays kept us going. We found one at Kembla. Do you remember her name?
Carolina Fire.
Jeff Penzer straight to the front. We took $12. She ended up starting about $6. Really well supported. It played out absolutely perfectly. She proved too strong for them in the run home. She was third up. She was ready to peak, and she took complete control of the race. And then in the last race, it was much of the same. I think we took about $9. Started around $7.50. I think Neds and Ladbrokes wanted to take her on, so she was at $8.50, but she was lighting up at about that price. So she was really well supported, straight to the front, slow speed, extended nicely, and too good.
I think when I clipped those couple of reels up this morning and going back and listening to the Saturday Strategy podcast, which it's out there for people who aren't members to listen to now. It goes up on Mondays, and for those of you that are members and sort of saw that and thought, where are we getting this podcast from? That's the live stream that goes out Saturday morning. But, mate, it was pretty much a carbon copy, both wins on the weekend. It was hopefully Jeff Penzer, hopefully Jenny Duggan takes them both to the front. They control it, they kick away. That's what happened.
Yeah, that was good. I think horses that, I don't think, I know that horses that race on speed, that's why they have better winning records, because they win races that they should win.
Yep, exactly. And I think, like you said, it was it was looking like a lean Saturday at one point. I'm a big fan of racing Twitter, and I don't know many people on there that had winning Saturdays either. So I think for us to walk away 53 units in front is a big Saturday.
Yeah, it was good. We've given some back in the last 48 hours, but we've still got one to go today. So hopefully they can get the money for us.
100%, mate. Fingers crossed. We're at Randwick on the weekend, and mate, we saw 10 races, run and won, and the first race of the day, it was a 2-year-old race over the 1,000 metres. Don Corleone was a pretty impressive winner of that, and Kundalini ran second, but mate, you found one that you wanted to follow out of that could be a little bit of a hidden gem out of the race.
Yeah, the Quinella are very smart, obviously. They're going to play a big part in feature 2-year-old races later in the autumn. So Don Corleone, he was really good. Blinkers went on. He was ridden like a good horse. He let down like a good horse. He actually had the best last 200 metres of the day. Kundalini, very good as well.
Yep.
Sat on speed. Doesn't really know what racing's all about yet, because she just really didn't want to race until Don Corleone got past her. She actually produced the second best last 200 of the day.
Right,
so she's done a terrific job, and she's done that from on speed. So he went from the fourth best sectional between the 4 and the 2 to the best sectional between the 2 and the finish line, and she went from the 20th best sectional between the 4 and the 2 to the second best sectional between the 2 and the finish line. So I reckon she was just half floating, waiting for something to come. And then the winners got to her, and she's wanted to dig in. But both of those two can definitely be followed. But the one that I think was a sneaky run, so this is what this show's all about. It's about sneaky runs. It's not about the obvious. So we're just having a look at the races. We're trying to find a future winner and trying to get some money out of the bookies. But I think High King was a good run. He was a bit slow to begin, and then he had to be used up to find a spot. He got back to the fence. When they were all making their runs, he was held up for clear galloping room. He only got clear with about 250 metres to go, so he had no momentum. But his work through the line was great. He had the fourth best last 200 metres of the day. So you can see his quick in between the 4 and the 2. So he had the 9th best sectional of the race between the 4 and the 2. And then he's produced the 3rd best sectional between the 2 and the finish line. So he's done a terrific job to get as close as he did, and we can completely excuse the beaten margin. I think the bookies might miss him next time out, so we can put him in our black book and we'll be following him.
For those punters that like a bit of a futures bet and might like to have a little bit of a nibble at big odds, you can get 100 to 1 or $101 about him in the Golden Slipper and $34 in the Blue Diamond. So I don't know if there's been any support there already, and a bit of an inkling that they might be heading to Melbourne for a Blue Diamond Prelude and the feature, but that's what's available. Just having a look, Kundalini, they paid $1.7 million for her. She's a half sister to Rise of the Masses, who was he was a Group 2 or Group 3 winner this time last year on the way into the Golden Slipper. But mate, while we're on the 2-year-old races, do you want to have a quick chat about the 2-year-old picture in terms of where we're at? Obviously, we've had the Magic Millions run and won Thursday last week, and then we had obviously Don Corleone stepped out on Saturday. King's Gambit's back this weekend. A few nice fillies going around in the Widden. Is there a clear standout for you at the moment? For me, it's King's Gambit. That's a little bit of pocket talk, but I'm chips in the Slipper. But how's the Slipper picture shaping up, especially after those 2 horses on debut on the weekend?
Yeah, I'm not one to get stuck into them early. Like I'm not. I don't have too much of an opinion. I'll just wait until the final field comes out, and then I'll make my opinion once we get to see the barriers, and once we get to see all this water go under the bridge in the next few weeks. But King Gambit definitely has to be the horse to beat. He just travelled into the race. He ran time in his debut. He's trialled super. We get to see him on Saturday in the Canterbury. You said he was about $1.50. $1.50. So I'm very keen to see him. But I like the Don Corleone run. He'd probably be my sort of horse moving forward. But, we'll wait and see. I just want to mention one more horse out of that race, was a bit of a sneaky run. Scorpion Jack. Don't know too much about him, but he warmed up late, worked through the line, was good. So he's run second last, so he might be one that the bookies missed too. So just watch his replay.
Half-brother to Cardigan Queen, who I'm pretty sure won a few races, maybe in Melbourne.
Cardigan Queen, yeah, I know her, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. There you go, $110,000 yearling. Scorpion Jack.
Geez, you've got all the all the stats.
Yep. Love it. We'll move on from the 2-year-olds there, mate. So that's High King and Scorpion Jack to follow out of race 1 at Randwick on the weekend. Move on to race 3. It was the Tab Highway run over, what were we this week, 1,100 metres. Smoke Show was the winner of that race. Got up on the inside of Iron Will. Gallant Star ran 3rd. And Syrian Star ran 4th. Mate, Rodney Northam's run and Rachel King was on. Geez, talk about luckless.
Yeah, this race, I was really keen on Mogo Magic in this race. I thought he was a really good thing, but they scratched him. Interested to see where they go with him, so keep your eyes out for him in the form guide. He's a very good horse. Syrian Star, yeah, absolutely luckless. First up, I think it was 119 days between runs. He got back. He was held up for clear galloping room. He got shut out. Then he went for another run and he got shut out. He only got clear in the last 100 metres. His work through the line was outstanding. You could easily make an argument that he should have won the race. In my opinion, he should have won the race, but geez, he was stiff and in highway grade, he'll definitely be winning a highway in the near future.
Beautiful. It was, I think a few blokes.
It was a horror watch.
A few blokes in the group chat might have been on it, I think, and they were a little bit
flat.
That's probably a good word. Good way to put it.
The right way to put it. Yeah, yep. 100%.
Mate, one more to follow out of the Randwick meeting on Saturday, and we're going to race number 5, a horse by the name of Cardone. This horse finished 4th as well in the Lucky Variety race. Mate, Josh Parr was on for the Hawks camp. This horse, we haven't seen too much. He's only had the one start. He was one start for a win, and I think he beat the ultimate bridesmaid in Charlatan on debut at Canterbury. But you were happy to be with this guy going forward.
Yeah, I think he's a relatively nice horse. He bungled the start. He had the wide draw against anyway, so he was going to get back. But he bungled it. He got further back than you would have expected. I think he sort of he began awkwardly and he was sort of with them, but it took him a bit of time to find his feet, and he ended up about 5 lengths last. So he had a bit of work to do to get back into the race. He had to make a long, sustained run between the 8 and the 4. I liked his sectional between the 4 and the 2, and I liked his work through the line. I think he did a terrific job. I think it was 35 days between runs, so he can strip fitter for that effort. I think 1,100 metres is probably going to be short of his best. I think he's probably going to be a 1,100 metre horse. So I'll be interested to see where they take him next. But he's a smart horse, and he can make his presence felt in a race like this in the future. That's a benchmark 72.
Yep, beautiful. He was good.
I thought he was good. Yeah. I thought he was really good. I think, nice horse.
Yep. As for Charlatan,
Charlatan's one. We backed him. He looked all over a winner.
Was it that day or was it the following start?
It was, it was that day. It wasn't. I'm not sure. No, I think it was the following day. I think he's run second 3 times this prep. So I think it wasn't that day because I remember saying, he might have run into a smart horse and then he shirked it. But that horse that beat him, the beat him when we backed him, so he was second up, came out and bolted in on Saturday at Kembla. So I don't know. I don't know whether he's shirking his tasks.
If you own him, how do you feel? Like you run second, I think, in a Golden Gift as a 2-year-old, book your spot into a Golden Slipper, start pretty close to, one of the fancied runners in a Golden Slipper, and you still can't win your maiden as $1.40.
I think
Is he on English to be sold, or are you sticking with him and he wins a good race at some stage?
He'll do something at some stage. He's got the ability. He's got the engine under the bonnet.
Just a nutcase.
He just needs to.
Has he been gelded yet?
He has been gelded. Resumed gelded. His last one was the most disappointing. I thought the first 2 were pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the last one, he sort of just shirked it in that last furlong when he was beaten off. But I don't know.
Joe Pride will work him out at $15 in a Saturday group race.
That's right.
Pull our pants down. Yep. Before we end this one, mate, we've got 3 horses just to sort of put in the forgive file. They were all slow to recover, as per the steward's report. Divine Breath, the first one. Sparring the second, West of Africa the third.
Yeah, not much to say, but West of Africa was really well supported. So definitely put horses like that in your forgive file because if they're slow to recover, they can bounce back at their next start very quickly.
Yep. Anything to leave the punters with, mate? We've got
Saturday racing. We got a bit of good Saturday racing. We've got the Expressway Stakes. They've extended the noms for that.
Thank God.
Yeah, they only had 4. The 4 in the nominations, but Golden Mile, Cote, Forbidden Love, and there was one more.
To Kiss a Cod.
And you said that Joe Pride was going to run Maria Mia.
Yep.
So that's an interesting race. I'd probably be inclined to be with Forbidden Love early stages, just because the race will probably set up better for her. Cote will go forward, Maria Mia can go forward. You're going to have a small field, you're not going to have a fast tempo, so it's probably not going to set up for Golden Mile. So I think Forbidden Love would probably be riding that speed, and if they zip home in 33 and a half, he's gonna have his task to reel him in over the short course first up. But probably be with her in that race, and then you've got the Good Horse on Saturday, as you said, King Gambit about $1.50. Very interested to see him go around. But not tipping anything on the weekend, but great racing, and we'll wait until final fields come out on Wednesday, and then hopefully we can find some value.
Yep. For the punters that do like a little early spec, I've got one that I like going around in the Widden Stakes. Been a bit of money for her since markets went up this morning. She's 5s into 4s, and that's Learning to Fly from the Annabelle Neesham camp. Coolmore owned. They paid a bit for her. She's closely related to, remember the mare, she was a mare, Lake Geneva. I think she might have run 2nd or 3rd in a Golden Slipper.
Yep.
Acrobat, another one that he had the one start. He's off to stud, but that's the family. And I noticed I've had a bet in both the Blue Diamond and the Golden Slipper at $51. But today, since she's been nominated for the Widden, she's coming to 26 in both those markets.
Bang.
We'll see. But for the punters that like a little all-in spec, have something on Learning to Fly.
Okay, well, good luck.
Good luck, yep.
Thanks for joining us, punters. Have a great week, and hopefully these horses come up in the nominations in the near future and we can back them accordingly.
That's right. Good luck on the punt out there.